Regardless of whether Novak Djokovic will play the Australian Open or not, I think we have to come to terms with the fact that the big three are over. I hate to say that. I really do. But let's think about that. Roger Federer has pretty much played his entire career without huge injuries. And now at the age of 38, 39, 40, he's had two big ones. And even after coming back last year, he's only played a couple of months and then bam, he was out again. So I know I'm going to get a lot of hate for this. Still stay classy in the comments, please. But I don't think he's going to win another Grand Slam. Would be fantastic if he could prove me wrong. But think about that. To win a Grand Slam, you have to potentially play 5 sets in 7 matches over 2 weeks. Even if he does make a comeback, I'm not sure if he can string together months and months and months of high-level matches that you need leading up to a Grand Slam to be ready to do just that, win a Grand Slam. Rafa Nadal, I think he is still the king of clay and he still can win the French Open. But he's been saying that basically the injury that kept him out of the US Open and really shut him down for the rest of the year last year has been the same nagging injury that he's had since 2006 or 5 even. And he's not getting younger either. So it will remain to be seen how far he can go on hard courts. Clay, again, always Rafa is still my go-to, and that would be fantastic. Now, of course, that leaves Novak Djokovic. Drama aside, coming to Australia or not, he will remain the player to beat. But I hate to say that it will not be very, very deep in the Grand Slams, a Roger Federer or a Rafa Nadal, other than on clay, who will beat him. Wrap your head again around the fact that 3 absolute geniuses happen to play in the same era. That is not ever gonna happen again, not in my lifetime. I can guarantee you that. If I am wrong about everything else that I'm saying, you will not have another 3 players dominating since 2003, winning 60 out of 75 Grand Slams. And I kind of feel a little bit for Andy Murray or Stan Wawrinka, maybe Andy Roddick a little bit too, that they just didn't have a chance. Think about all the other semifinals and finals also that one of the 3 has been in. So that is something that will not happen again. And well, that void that's left will not fold men's tennis. I've heard those kind of very dramatic opinions. The ATP Tour will of course survive and there will be great tennis. Not in any way meaning to say that everybody who is coming after these 3, that they're not great tennis players. That's not what I'm saying. Now, what I am saying is that I don't think there will be another trio again that will get that many people watching tennis who are not even tennis players, or will get as many people playing tennis who hadn't played before because of those epic matches that these 3 have had between them. Now, if the 2021 ATP Finals could give us any kind of prediction of who could fill their shoes, then it would be Sasha Zverev, Matteo Berrettini, and Daniil Medvedev. They have had, Sasha Zverev and Daniil Medvedev, the highest win record behind Novak Djokovic and Rafa Nadal. And even after that, there's a pretty big gap coming in. So could that be the next duel, the next rivalry for the Grand Slam titles? Because I think that's what it's all about. This is where the GOAT discussion comes in. Who's going to win the most Grand Slams? And I think it will be Novak Djokovic, because he is still the guy to beat. But who will beat him? And quite honestly, if I'm thinking, okay, the next big 3 will be Sasha Zverev and Daniil Medvedev, Matteo Berrettini, and then it's interchangeable for me whether you throw in an Andrei Rublev or Stefanos Tsitsipas, that just doesn't knock me off my feet as much as some of these really epic matches have done in the past. For instance, the 2019 Wimbledon final. We actually interrupted one of my tennis lessons because we heard from the clubhouse how much, just emotion was in there of people watching this matchup. Federer having match points and then ending up losing this. Or the super epic Wimbledon finals of 2008 between Rafa Nadal and Roger Federer. I think out of the next 4 or 5, there's just nobody as clutch as Djokovic. Nobody that has as much finesse and elegance as Roger Federer, and then as much focus and fierceness of a Rafa Nadal. So who else could jump in there? Yannick Sinner, Casper Ruud, Felix Auger-Aliassime, all fantastic tennis players. But really, what is it about the big 3 that draws millions in front of the TV and people go nutters when they actually see them live? To me, it's their utter dedication to what they're doing, to literally throw everything else into the background to be able to do what they love. And they just do it with such detail-oriented madness almost, I want to say, that I'm not quite sure if I see that in the younger players. And then there's, of course, Dominic Thiem, but we can't really call him a younger player anymore at 28. Okay, now these days, if you play till 36 or 40, of course he's still a younger player, but now battling injuries as well. I don't see any of them really dominating as much. And or if 1 or 2 or 3 of everybody that I just talked about were to dominate, would it be as exciting? And I have to admit, for me, no. So that is really unfortunate for tennis, I think. So what are your thoughts? Who do you have coming up? And who do you want to see establishing a new rivalry, a new, the duel of the ages, if you will? Something like the Sampras and Agassi, Borg and McEnroe. We want to go before that. Who do you have? Because honestly, I don't have anybody as exciting as those 3.